Some of you need to admit it. When you saw Reflex on the thumbnail, the very first thing you thought of is Duran Duran, didn't you? Because you're old. It's the first thing I thought of too. It is the Indicator Profile Series, Thursday edition, where we have the Reflex indicator for you this week. But a quick announcement before we get to it. You guys remember all of 2 episodes ago, the Crossroads indicator? This was unique. This is something that we've never done here before. This is Stonehill Forex actually creating an indicator just for us and the way we trade. And as soon as the video dropped, I immediately got a flood of people asking if this was available on MT5 and TradingView. And I'm like, no, everything defaults to MT4 on this channel. Some of these indicators might be on MT5 or TradingView, but we can't guarantee that. And with something that they made, custom made themselves, it's going to be an MT4 indicator. But the team over at Stonehill Forex heard your requests, and they delivered. Crossroads will be on MT5 and TradingView. It's not there as of post time. What you need to do is subscribe to their email list or their broadcast list, all of which you can find on stonehillforex.com, and they will let you know when both versions are ready to be downloaded. But that's good news. They are coming. But let's go ahead and move on to the Reflex indicator. And before we do that, I should say, if you're new, welcome. This is the #1 indicator channel in all of YouTube. It always was. It will always be. But we do things a certain way. You're not going to understand anything unless you catch up to us first. The way to do that is to go to nononsenseforex.com. Read that first page. Watch the first video and get yourself caught up. But for those of you who have done that, let's go ahead and move on with the Reflex indicator specs. The year is going to be 2020. The type is a confirmation indicator. And the subtype is a pretty popular yet not often seen version. And that is going to be a color change. You know, people love color changes for whatever reason. But we're going to see that today. And as far as exits go, like, it's possible, but as you're about to see, this thing is going to need some tweaking. Now, if I didn't preface that and you saw the Reflex indicator at first glance, you're probably thinking, man, what a great indicator. Look how smooth it is. Look how accurate it is. Now, if you don't know, when the color changes, for example, from orange to blue, that is your signal to go long. Conversely, when it changes from blue to orange, that is your signal to start going short. Now, you need to look at this thing a little bit closer. You know, you got a false signal here. You got a couple, you got some stuff going on here. But look at some of these longs. Like, this one's a good one. But look at this one. Indicators going up. Price is doing nothing but going down the whole time. And if you go over here, if you got in long here, you were in this losing trade for a long time. It just never quite gave you what you wanted. Well, finally did at the end. But it took a while to get there. Indicator go up, price go down. This is not what you want to see. So I don't think the majority of you do this, but I do feel like this is a good teaching moment to where I think some people fall in love with indicators too quick, especially when you're testing a lot of them and you're searching for a lot of them. You tend to not have the patience to really look at it and see if it is doing what you want it to do. Now, of course, if you're looking on a marketplace where people are selling their indicators, 9 times out of 10, they're going to give you the best version on the example, because obviously they want you to buy it, and you have to be aware of that too. I think something that I was guilty of when I was a lot younger and doing this is I would see something like that and be like, man, look how great this thing works. I can't wait to download it. Slow down, take your time, look at it, and please, of course, everybody here should know this. No matter what, you need to be testing these at all times. But we tested this one, and we're going to show you the results. Before we do that, understand that you're going to see some good results and bad results sometimes. I wouldn't even say bad results. The fact that this indicator even made the indicator profile series says a lot. But regardless, it doesn't matter. You need to test this in your system. That is what means everything. If you don't know how to do that, we got you all taken care of. Down below in the links, we have so many things for you. We have a link to my automation blog, which has an embedded video showing you how to test this yourself on the MT4 strategy tester. As far as other platforms go, testing it out, you're going to have to figure out how to do that part yourself. But I'm sure it's not that hard. Now, this indicator does need tweaking. We tweak this on our end, and the only way to see what those tweaks are is by going to the blog. We obviously have that link down below too. Dan Stone of Stonehill Forex also takes every one of these indicators, runs them on a 1-minute chart to show you that it doesn't repaint, because even though we show this to you and prove this to you, there's always one person like 5 months later that comes in and says, this repaints. No, it doesn't. He shows you this. And he also adds information sometimes that I don't show you here or don't talk about here on the channel. So that's worth seeing as well. Now, if you have an indicator that you like and you want to see if it makes the show, the only way to submit it to us is by the second email address that you're going to find down below in the description as well. And let's not forget, you want to download this indicator? You're going to download Crossroads on MT5 and TradingView when it's time. There's only one place to do that. It is the most popular place in all of the interwebs, by the way, too. It is the indicator library, where you can download this indicator. You can download the Crossroads and every indicator we have ever done on the Indicator Profile series. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Reflex indicator now on the EURUSD. Now, spreadsheet jockeys, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I feel like this ROI right here is just a touch above average from what we've been seeing on here ever since we've been testing this a different way with a 3-year stretch. We get over 3 out of 4 winning trades, which is really nice. But I do think this is probably average or just a little bit above average for the EURUSD. Now moving on to gold. This is going to be probably a little under what we've been seeing on gold. Again, spreadsheet guys, come in if you know. I'm drawing blanks today for some reason. Still a strong win-loss ratio though too. Definitely worth testing if you are a metals trader. You're going to get a little more signals, I think, that we've been giving to you lately, which is kind of nice for your metals trader because there's only so many metals to trade. You guys know me. For me personally, less is more. But at the end of the day, it's just how many you're comfortable trading, really. Moving on to the S&P 500, this is where I think this particular indicator really shines. You are taking less on the win-loss ratio, but you are getting double-digit ROI on one indicator. In the S&P 500, where the benchmark is low double digits, you already get that. Even after we stretched out the testing over 3 years. That's really, really something good. Over to Bitcoin, I think this is less good. I want to see a much higher ROI than what we see right here. You guys know how Bitcoin moves. We should see something higher than that. Still a good win-loss ratio. Still something every crypto trader needs to be plugging into their system and testing for sure. But I feel like this particular indicator this week, as far as what we are used to seeing, overperformed on the S&P and underperformed on Bitcoin. But man, we gave you another indicator. We're giving you a custom indicator on MT5 and TradingView. We give you so many things on this channel, not to mention a trading psychology podcast, not to mention an investing podcast. You get everything here. Hit the bell, subscribe. There's no other place you need to be. Learn, discover, test, trade, win, and go get it.